Huge game for Montreal tonight. Gigantic. Division rival. But there was a goaltender fight, so we got to take a look at that first.
All the way down the ice, and he and Shesterkin are throwing punches. And Shesterkin lands a couple.
Back to our regularly scheduled program. 4-point game. Montreal is battling Tampa right now for a spot, potentially second place in the Atlantic. We will talk about the standings because things are getting really interesting. But first, we have to recap this game, so let's talk about it. Montreal has won 5 straight. That's so much better than 5 crooked. That's how Florida wins them. They just beat Carolina, the Kings of the Metro. Can they beat Tampa and knock the crown off the Kings in the Atlantic? This is also kind of like what could be a preview of round 1 in the playoffs. So yeah, there's a lot of statements to be made here. We are making a statement currently in this community on this channel. Thank you so much, all the new subscribers. Welcome to the community. We are so close to hitting 23,000 subscribers. Can you help me get there? If you're already subscribed, don't worry about it. Hit the like button. It helps me out with, I don't really know, something with YouTube. But let's talk about this game. And let's talk about the lineup because there's something interesting here. On va commencer avec la formation de départ. Tonight's starting lineup. Nos attaquants, our forwards. We got Caufield, Suzuki, Slafkovsky, Newhook, Kapanen, Demidov, Bolduc, Evans, Anderson, Veleno, Danault, and Gallagher. Anderson's back. That's good news, especially against Tampa Bay. You want that, strong physical forward presence. And with Xhekaj no longer playing forward, yeah, Anderson is, wanted there. No défenseur or defenseman. We got Matheson, Dobson, Gooley, Xhekaj, Struble, Hudson. He's back on defense, but where's Carrier? Bad news, guys. Carrier is out for 2 to 4 weeks. I see a lot of people saying blessing in disguise, but no. Carrier pulls in the 5th most, almost the 4th most time in the defensive pairings. He's an extremely important part of the team, puts up big minutes. So yeah, this is bad news. You can expect, a couple of extra mistakes every night. He's also really good in the transition game. Yeah, he has his shortcomings. He can't clear the front of the net like you'd want him to, but still, big deal. No Galdien, our goalies. Dobes returning to net tonight, Fowler backing him up. And this is what I wanted. I wanted Dobes to show up against Tampa Bay. If he can play like he did last game, hey, this is our starting goaltender in the playoffs. And with everything firing on all cylinders, people are taking Montreal extremely seriously. So we get this thing started. The first period is off. I gotta admit, initially, I thought the pace of this game was pretty relaxed. A little too relaxed for my liking. But more and more I see it, and it's clear that there's posturing at the start of the game. They want to find out what tempo the rest of the game is going to be played at. And this game did have peaks and valleys, but yeah, a lot of valleys. It's a tug of war. It's a battle both ways. They're playing tight, not allowing a lot. But now Montreal takes a penalty. Things get a little chippy. Struble heads to the box. Now on the penalty kill, Dobes doing a great job killing that power play. He's doing good. He looks activated again. Fast forward a little bit. Now Gooley is going to go to the box. They're calling this cross-checking, and then they don't call this cross-checking a single other time during the game except at the end on Montreal once again. Weak call here. This happens dozens of times a game and it doesn't get called. But the clown show is going to continue because Kucherov decides to lay on top of Dobes. No call here initially. They weren't going to call this. Players are all kind of looking around like, shouldn't there be a stoppage? Shouldn't there be a call here? They do make a call, but they also take Dobson into the box because why not? The circus is in town, I guess. They resume play and the officials, I think, are probably thinking what everybody else is thinking. Wow, made some weird sloppy calls with some bad decisions here. Let me just get my eraser out and give Jake Guentzel a hooking call because that'll wipe the mistakes clean. Another weak call, but I'm getting used to it at this point, these game management decisions. The thing is, this kind of blows up in Tampa's face because Hudson goes in all alone, draws a penalty. This is going to put Tampa in a bad spot because it will quickly become a 5-on-3 power play for the Habs. And on that 5-on-3 power play, this happens.
Slafkovsky, Demidov, Slafkovsky one-timer, score! Juraj
Slafkovsky makes it 1-0 for the first time in modern history, as far back as I can remember. I'm just joking, but Montreal scores on a 5-on-3. Wow. I'm kidding, but this is a great shot by Slafkovsky. Beats Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky has to shake his head at this because, yeah, he beats him clean. Good start for Montreal. You want to get up on Tampa Bay early. The problem is...
by Guentzel. Guentzel scoots around, wraps in front, wrap try, score!
Yeah, Jake Guentzel scores 1-1. They respond right back. Dobson can't keep pace here with Guentzel. Unfortunately, it's messy in front, so Dobes can't track it. Yeah, and Guentzel puts it in. So that's going to do it for the first 20. Pretty even game so far, honestly. I was worried with Carrier out. They could experience some problems on defense, but Xhekaj, to his credit, playing pretty good. Let's jump into second period action, and I use the word action a little bit lightly here because most of this period was pretty dull. In fact, let's fast forward to about the halfway mark. Danault and Veleno go in 2-on-1. Danault takes the shot. Vasilevsky comes up with a big save. That was a good little opportunity. But yeah, not too much happened in the first half of this period. We have to jump to the second half to see anything, and we do see something pretty special.
Juraj Slafkovsky, centering feed, Caufield, score! A tap job!
Caufield makes it 2-1. That is something exciting. Number 47 for Caufield. What a beautiful pass here by Slafkovsky. Caufield did not have to do a lot of work on this one. And looking at this, man, Slaf just knows where Caufield is and where he's going to be. Watching this back makes me really excited for Slaf's development because he's 22 years old, folks. He just turned 22 yesterday. Lots more exciting stuff from Slafkovsky in the future. Now, Newhook is going to take a hooking call. Probably could have been a holding call here, but his last name is Newhook, so I guess they gave him the hook. Montreal going to have to kill another penalty. And yeah, you think that their luck is going to run out, especially against an offensive team like Tampa Bay. But no, Montreal continuing to look good on the PK. And now Kucherov is going to give Caufield a nice little chop. Montreal is going to go on the power play. A goal here would really put them in a good spot. But instead, Dobes has to defend against a big-time buzzer beater by Hagel, who often scores on these, but look how aggressive Dobes is playing this.
2 seconds left. A buzzer beater stopped by Dobes.
He's so far out of his net. I love this. I love it. We head over to the third period. Play resumes, and Montreal is still on the power play. Unfortunately, they're coming back from a little break, and they're kind of clunky getting on the ice. Now we're seeing some messy stuff here. Lilleberg in a cage, giving everyone face washes. Real class act. Tampa likes to cause chaos. This is their MO. If they don't like how the game is going, this is their brand of hockey. They'll mix it up a little bit and try to get a reset. It's smart, honestly, and good teams do it. We get a shot of Vinny up in the box with Kent. Marty, Vinny, back in their own stomping grounds, right? Still in the third period, we see Caufield get in tight in the slot with tons of time, and even more time if he wanted it. But he doesn't beat Vasi. Caufield, please, brother, we want these. Something you don't see very often. Cernak lays out Suzuki here. It's rare that I see Suzuki allow himself to get hit like this, but he takes these and gets up from these easily. Now we're getting pretty late into the game. Montreal still up by 1. Suzuki, great steal here, shoves his opponent who turns away from him, offers his back, but then they call Suzuki on another weak cross check. What a dirty penalty to call, like with the final minutes of the game. On the power play, Hagel is testing Dobes, but Dobes still looks super solid. And they're getting down to the final seconds of the penalty here. Evans, working hard in his defensive zone, takes down Kucherov, who once again turns his back to him. He takes the hit awkwardly, close to the boards, dangerously close to the boards. His head goes into the boards, his neck gets kinked, and Darren Raddysh doesn't like that, so he takes Evans down. And I'm thinking, geez, thanks, Raddysh. Thanks for taking a late penalty like that. That takes the stress off quite a bit. Because so far, at this point, no hand has been put up. There was no penalty called on the Jake Evans and Kucherov hit. But when they freeze play and they sort everything out, they assess Jake Evans for a 5-minute major. What is going on here? Where are you going to give him the penalty? I don't understand. The reason Jake Evans drew the penalty is because he was being jumped on by Raddysh? I mean, yeah, maybe this should have been a boarding call, but they didn't call it initially. The refs were just awful tonight. I mean, it's just another one to add to the pile. But luckily, Evans walks away with a 2-minute penalty here, and Tampa goes on a very brief 5-on-3, and then empties the net to go on a 6-on-4, and
empty net down the ice, score!
Mike Matheson makes it 3-1. A little bit of cushion. Matheson, long shot, finds the empty net. Great push here by the Canadiens in their defensive zone. Olay's starting to break out in Tampa Bay. Still 2 minutes left, though. Tampa Bay could still get one, and then, it snowballs from there.
Jammed up by Nick Suzuki.
Got to get it to Caufield.
Suzuki! Oh, he'll just bury it. Why not?
Well, yeah, never mind. Suzuki makes it 4-1. That's going to do it. Puck gets turned around. Caufield is actually out there for an empty net. They're traveling up the ice 3-on-1. Caufield is actually in the rush, but Suzuki buries it. He's not taking any chances. You got to think he apologizes to Cole here, and Vasilevsky returns to net. And now with a little bit of extra padding there, 4-1 for the Montreal Canadiens. Xhekaj gets a shift late in the game, which doesn't happen all that often. And Sabourin takes a hit from Xhekaj, doesn't like it. So he drops the gloves, but they kind of just go down in a pile. Bit of scrappiness breaking out. This might set the tone for the next game because they do play each other again before the regular season ends. A bunch of guys get the boot here. We get a look at the bench. There's 5 forwards and 2 defense left on the bench. Fowler is having the time of his life. Now with seconds left, Anderson and McDonough are going to take a couple shots at each other, but they're going to say that the clock runs out here. Montreal strings 6 games together. Wow. I can't believe this win. This is a big statement game, and they won it. It's all smiles on the Montreal bench. Everybody is happy. And Montreal moves within 2 points. Buffalo does win tonight. They just hit 100 points. Wow, Buffalo with 100 points. That must be an interesting feeling if you're a Buffalo fan. When was the last time that happened? Tampa does have 3 regulation wins on Montreal, so Montreal would need to win 2 additional games. Win 1 additional game and win or get a loser point in order to leapfrog the Lightning. And of course, Tampa would need to lose games and stay standing still. Really impressed with the guys tonight. Everybody looked pretty darn good. The second line wasn't able to get things going like they usually did. Slafkovsky, he stirs the drink so well. It's that big body getting in, forechecking, and putting himself in front of the puck. Yeah, it's crazy how important he is right now to the composition of this team. I might do another video tomorrow. I put out a members video yesterday. I could be a members video. You know what? I'd probably do like a video for everyone tomorrow if I do a video. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you're excited for the playoffs. I mean, they're so close to like clinching. The magic number now is 4. So 2 wins, they're in. At that point, they can rest guys if they want. Caufield and Suzuki probably don't want to rest. But yeah, things get interesting. And they still might want to like jockey for position. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for all of your support. I really appreciate you all. I don't even know how to articulate it really, but you guys mean a lot to me. This channel means a lot to me. This community means a lot to me. I really appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Like you're huge for me. You're huge for my family. Just been loving this. I still like pinch myself. So yeah, means a lot. You guys know what to do. Like the video. It helps me out with, I don't know, something, I think. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.
What's up?